Let's hop over to that St. Louis Avs series. And I know we're coming back later. What did you make of the Kadri collision with Binnington?
I didn't think anything of it. I thought he went in with one hand, tried to reach to poke it, and a collision happened. And just like, I think they just went in there together on a hard play at the net. I mean, the puck was laying there for sure. Like, I think Berube had a good point. Like, look at his reputation, but I don't think it was anything. I think they got it right. I think it's just like, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
That's what we all said too. It was just, it was a hockey play.
Well, if you watch the replay too, like you can see like Naz is completely, it looks like he's almost like relenting to the guy defending him a little bit. Like he kind of reaches, but he's like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to get there before this guy. And he kind of like, he's not like diving head first like a psycho into the net like I would have done. I would have went right in there. But
how about the response game by him though? After
my God, yeah. I loved it.
That'll go down as one of the best performances in Avalanche history.
I'm so proud of him, man, as a player, because I played with him his rookie year in Toronto.
Oh wow!
And he came in as like a, skill guy, dangler, like London Knight, like I don't know what they thought he would be. I thought he would be like, I remember talking to him like, dude, like, you've got like an edge to you. Like, you ever watch Mike Ribeiro play? Like, he's like a skill half wall guy, but he's like he'll like stick a stick in your face. He's like a little bit like crazy. I was wrong. He's like turned into an absolute beast, like a beast. I would take him on my team all day. And I mean, I thought he would be like Selke guy this year for sure. I don't think he got nominated, did he?
Well, I mean, he I would say in the first,
he got hurt at the end.
First 40 games of the season, I would have put him in top 5 for Hart. I think he was easily top 5 in scoring. And I want to say that and maybe even MacKinnon were dealing with injuries and he was leading them to victory. And you could pull it up after the first half of the season.
What was he at the All-Star game? I talked to him.
Well, he was an All-Star too, right?
And he
got snubbed and then they might've added him on afterward.
Yeah. Yeah. They added him. He's an All-Star though. Like, this guy can do it all. Physical. He can check. He wins face-offs. He's a prick. He can score. He's got hands. He can deal it too, wheel and deal it. I mean,
even though the game's
what's he gonna make? Dear God.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. But I was also thinking, even though the game's changed, to have the ability or that part of just being a prick is so valuable for hockey.
I think so too.
It's a lost art.
It'll forever be, if you're an absolute asshole on the ice, you know what I call it now,
Whit, to be nice? What? I say he has personality. That's what I say. You got to get guys with personality in here. They play with
spirit in the eyeball. He's got a ton of personality.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you got to get a guy in here that's on the edge a bit. He's got a little personality. He's like a firecracker, a little bit crazy, maybe like a little, he's always in it. You need guys like that. Unpredictable. Yeah. Yeah. And I think those guys, you're right, Biz, Whit, I think you're right. Lost art. I think it's needed so much through lineups. And I think, we've seen through these playoffs too, guys that play like that are always find a way to be successful.
I thought we might want to talk about Nazem Kadri a little bit more. The way he very eloquently spoke after the game. He went through all this bullshit, and a lot of the messages were posted. I don't know if you guys saw them or not. Just the typical like stupid racist bullshit that still goes on. And, they were able to trace some of the fans in St. Louis. And he made the point of saying, don't besmirch everyone in St. Louis, which he didn't have to say that. He could have not said that. But he spoke. Gee, look, we should run a little bit of a clip here. I think he'll say it better than I will.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good message. I think people need to be aware that this stuff still happens, and it's hurtful. It's hurtful. I know a lot of people don't have to deal with that, and they might not understand what it feels like. But people are trying, which I appreciate. And at the end of the day, I'm a good hockey player, and I just try to provide for my team, and try to put all that aside. And I just worry about some people that maybe aren't, some kids that aren't as mentally tough as I am, and, have to kind of go through that scrutiny and that criticism. And, that's why I want to do the best I can to help.
Yeah, man. I mean, the guy's under this microscope. He's dealing with this shit. And it's not new. He's been dealing with it for decades now. And, he said, like, some people might not be as strong as I am mentally tough, like mentally strong as me. So they might quit the game. So that's why he wants to, like, get this shit a spotlight on it, eradicate it, and just call people out, man. It's like I say, every time we talk about it, we just shake our heads. It's like whatever year it is, 2022, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. But either way, he had a great response, and he was just very eloquent after the game. What he said, I thought was perfect, and I want to give him props for that.
Some other pour over too. There was some criticism of Berube because he was asked about the threats, and they just released a statement today. Like, some of these older guys, they're not on social media. No. Like, they don't understand.
Well, tell him what he said
happening.
too, Biz. Tell him how he answered that. Right? He said no comment, didn't he?
Yeah, he said no comment, and the quote that came out today in the response from St. Louis and Berube was, I was asked about it. Like, he thought that, like, obviously because St. Louis fans were angry, they were saying like, fuck
he was getting
you.
Threats.
Yeah, he was getting threats, like, and hey, that's not right either. But he was just because he said no comment and he was unaware of all the racist threats.
That makes it so different.
He's indigenous. He's and then people try to bring up Berube's past, and it's just like, guys, not everybody's dialed into this whole social media thing. So thankfully they released a statement. Let's hope that we can all put this behind us. And as far as all the fucking racist comment shit, it's fucking brutal. Social media is very toxic in some regards. And that is a main reason for it. And I mean, I could sit here and say, let's hope we don't see it again. But I mean, I would imagine,
like, how dumb are you that you react that way?
That's it's
like, how big of a loser are you that you react that way?
You're a piece of shit.
You're a fucking loser.
You're an absolute joke of a human being.
I just don't know what makes you want to do that. Like, why do you are you that mad? Like, are you that
miserable with their own life that it's insane, dude.
There's nobody to answer to online either. Like, you could say what you want. Don't have to worry about getting punched in the face.
That's true too. That's what, didn't Mike Tyson say that recently?
Well, yeah. With IP addresses and everything that's going on, let's hope these people that have sent threats, and to his wife, do deal with some form of consequence. Like, I mean, if you're sending like that to someone privately, I think that you should probably lose your job.
Yeah, a few people have it.
I think you need to go away and you need to do a little bit of thinking. So
what a game though for Nas to do that on top of that too. Like, just in the heat of all of that with his family. I mean, and then to handle it, like you said, with his interviews and, touching on, doesn't reflect on all St. Louis fans, when in that moment as well. Just maturity,
how many more words can you think of that? I don't know. The same thing. Yeah, keep going.
Beyond hockey, though, it's like beyond hockey what he did, though. So sure. I give him a ton of credit for not only the way he came out and performed, but how he handled it too.
All-time quote too. He's like, for those who hate, that's for you.
I know.
Yes, that's what he said.
That's an all-time quote from Nazim, man. Good for him.